A coalition of Democratic district attorneys is vowing to prosecute any federal agent suspected of intimidating voters at the polls during the midterms. The announcement comes a week after President Trump refused to rule out sending agents to polling places this November, saying he'd, quote, do anything necessary to make sure we have honest elections. The coalition, which calls itself the Project for the Fight Against Federal Overreach, includes 10 DAs from across the country. Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner is one of those prosecutors, and he joins me now. It's good to see you. President Trump, as I mentioned, believes that sending agents to polling places helps ensure honest elections. Do you see it that way?
He doesn't believe any of that. He is totally in favor of dishonest elections and has been a serial election liar and denier. I mean, we all know this. That's frankly just letting him off the hook. This is really very simple. He has a real problem, which is that state court prosecutors who prosecute and convict federal officials are putting convictions on them that cannot be pardoned. It's a real problem. I understand he's used to getting away with crimes. Even when he got caught for 34 felonies, he didn't do any time for it. But the reality is he's got a real problem with state court prosecutors. We have gotten together. We are associating with each other. We're ready to go. And in the same way that my office and the offices of these other members of this group have successfully prosecuted civilians and also prosecuted law enforcement, we will prosecute federal agents who try to interfere with elections. It's a crime in almost every jurisdiction to engage in election interference under state law, and they better get ready for the handcuffs and the jail cell.
So tell us exactly what the plan is to protect voters heading to the polls in November, help them to understand what they might see or what they might experience in their own communities.
Well, really the best plan is that there is a massive turnout of civilians on Election Day in the same way we've had large, peaceful, lawful protests with No Kings and other organizations. They turn out in enormous numbers on Election Day in November, and they turn out in a peaceful, nonpartisan way to monitor the polls. What does that mean? It means lawn chairs, baseball hats, and cell phones. And if they start to see things that don't look right, a military-style truck coming down the street with people in military uniforms, or it looks like some sort of gathering of gear that would be necessary to haul out a voting booth, they get out their phones and they start to take these pictures and take these videos. We've seen the power of this in Minneapolis. It's not just that the whole world knows what's going on. It's that prosecutors like me and the other members of this group have the ability to take that video and carry out a successful prosecution even when the feds don't want to play ball.
So you activated the city's election task force on Tuesday, I understand, for the primaries. Tell me how it went and whether there were any lessons learned for the general election.
It went very well. This is something we've done many times. And I think one of the main reasons it went very well is that whoever wanted to engage in election interference knew better. By being vocal, being prepared, by talking about this, anybody who might want to mess with the vote knows what's coming. And it is, in fact, handcuffs in a jail cell. It's telling a Philly jury why it is you thought you could steal their vote. Philly juries are not going to like that. So deterrence is very, very important here. And I think the reality is that the more we, regardless of our political affiliation, those of us who have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution and the laws, the more we get together and we say we're not having this, every vote's going to be counted no matter for whom. If you do this stuff, you're going to jail and Trump can't pardon you, the more we are going to see that there is no problem on Election Day. But as I said, what we truly need is a national movement. And I am calling on all the organizations affiliated with this, No Kings, Indivisible, any worthy group of people. I don't care about their politics. I'm calling on you to organize millions of people to be out, to be peaceful, to have their cell phones, to get their lawn chairs, and to station themselves at places that may be endangered, so that we will have everything we need, A, to deter, and B, to prosecute should something happen.
We saw in 2024 that there were Republicans who stood up and demanded that the elections be free and fair and would not allow any election interference. How many of the folks you're talking to are Republicans? And do you feel that particularly in those places where we can tell by the polls there's likely to be contested elections, that there will be people there who will stand up for what they took an oath to do?
We talk to Republicans all the time who are real Republicans. They're just not MAGA fascists. And the reality is the president is a fascist. He wants to eliminate the vote, not just for some, but for everybody. I mean, that's just the truth. So there are plenty of great Republicans out there who truly believe in democracy. They believe in this country. We talk to them. Our organization is not an organization just for Democrats, although those are the prosecutors who started it. We are looking to provide support and information to any good prosecutor who believes in their oath, who's going to follow their oath, and who's going to protect everyone's right to vote their conscience. And we are prepared to assist. Our website is federaloverreach.org. Happy to assist in that regard. But also, we all just need to understand where we are. November is crucial. There is a chance that this president is going to try some kind of coup. When he talks about election integrity, he's lying. That's pretty much all he does. What he's actually talking about is an army to steal the election. We are not having it. This group is not having it. Our allies and friends are not having it. And most importantly, millions of Americans are not having it. I am calling on millions of Americans. I'm calling on these organizations to organize those millions of Americans to be our witnesses, to be our videographers, to be our protectors, to be the ones who deter what might happen. And I'm telling you right now, if we do that, it will not happen.
DA Larry Krasner, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us.